Brian Sobel, a lot at stake tomorrow.
Yes.
Let's begin with the balance of power in Congress. What do you see happening tomorrow?
Well, I actually see that the Democrats end up taking back the House. And I say that because of history. You have to go back 21 midterms to find only a couple of times where the sitting president was able to increase the number of representatives in the House or the Senate, one being Franklin Roosevelt, to give you perspective, the other George W. Bush.
Assuming that the Democrats do retake control of the House, in layman's terms, what does that mean? We have Nancy Pelosi, presumably, as the House Speaker, and we have Democrats now heading up every single committee so they can push forward their agenda.
Well, and that's going to be the thing. The agenda will change. The power of each of these committees will change. Lots of staff changes usually in a turnover. And we'll have to see whether the Democrats decide to push an agenda that looks to 2020 for the new president, hoping that it's a Democrat if you're a Democrat, or whether they will be interested in kind of relitigating some of the decisions that have been
what would those be? For example, Judge Kavanaugh?
Judge Kavanaugh, you could see a move to potentially impeach the president if they could do that. It would have to be, I think, Frank, part of the master agenda, as it were, to really point towards 2020. Otherwise, get on with governing, and there's lots of work that needs to be done in this nation.
Brian, there are 36 gubernatorial races, including here in California. What are your thoughts on the governor's race here and its potential impact on California?
Well, I believe Gavin Newsom will win, and he'll become a national figure. He's already known nationally, but he will use this office to promote California. California is obviously very important to the union, and so you'll see the governor here taking California's points of view to Washington, D.C. very aggressively.
This is obviously a referendum on President Trump's first 2 years. Assuming Democrats do take back the House, there are a lot of governor's races up for grabs. If Democrats take some of those, what does that mean in practical terms for President Trump and his agenda?
Well, it will slow the president's agenda and stop it in some cases, because he just won't have the necessary numbers in the House, as an example, to pass legislation. Now, we have to bear in mind that not all Republicans and not all Democrats think alike. If the Democrats gain control of the House, it doesn't mean you see an entire shift. You will see a policy shift, but there are going to be issues where Democrats cross the line and, frankly, Republicans cross the line in the other direction.
All right. Well, you will be with us tomorrow night as we get all the returns coming in, and we'll be following it. Brian, as always, thanks for joining us tonight.
Absolutely. And if we say one thing tonight, it's get out and vote.
Absolutely.
Turnout is expected to be huge.
Huge.
All right, Brian, thank you.
You're very welcome.